fit for a man like me. No strings and no commitments, living footloose and fancy free. I'd fill you in on the story, but not much has changed at all, except the bottle's my new best friend, and it keeps me hanging on. So I'm writing you this letter, though you don't care anyway, and I'm heading for the station. I can't wait another day. I'll be on the last train from Harlan, southwestern Georgia bound. Oh, my heart is bruised and broken, and my spirit's beating down. But if Lady Luck rides with me, and we're running right on time, they come early Sunday morning, I'll be across that Georgia line. Southwestern Georgia bound. Oh, my heart is bruised and broken, and my spirit's beating down. But if Lady Luck rides with me, and we're running right on time, they come early Sunday morning, I'll be across that Georgia line. They come early Sunday morning, I'll be across that Georgia line. I got a new CD coming out June 3rd called Darkside of the Mountain. A lot of the tunes on it are about this very area we're sitting in. I tend to write songs about where I came from, so.
Zombie land on it?
Yep. It is. And so is this tune here. This one kind of talks about some of the things we go through around here. It's called The Devil Buys the Groceries. Sarah's down on the corner, she's looking mighty fine. She may look all innocent, but it ain't her first time. She used to work the truck stop from noon until 8, but the girls out in the parking lot were the ones who were getting paid. And sometimes we do things that we ain't proud of, and sometimes we go down the wrong road. The Lord, He giveth, the government government takes away, the devil buys the groceries. What more can we say? Bobby works on the loading dock down at the factory. They threw him the pink slip and headed overseas. Now Kevin says to Bobby, we can sell some dough. Bobby's never broke the law, but he's done lost all hope. And sometimes we do things that we ain't proud of, and sometimes we go down the wrong road. The Lord, He giveth, the government takes away, the devil buys the groceries. What more can we say? Out of prison, he can't find no job. The folks in the Bible Belt won't hire no ex-con. He doesn't want to go back to that dreadful place, but outside ain't much different, so he'll kill anyway. And sometimes we do proud of, and sometimes we go down the wrong road. The Lord, He giveth, the government takes away, the devil buys the groceries. What more can we say? Yeah, the devil buys the groceries. What more can we say? Everyone was happy, but someone was bound to die. Blackjack in the corner, you know the stakes were high. The piano man was pumping at the women's bump and grind. Old timers on the sidewalk, drinking granddad's apple pie. Outside the sinful racket was the sound of the angel band. A little preacher from Stinking Creek with a Bible in his hand. He said the Lord rained fire on Sodom, and to you He'll do the same. We all may die trying, but we're bound to make some change. The old blind preacher, he's gonna make us or break us. As the sun goes down on little Las Vegas, gunslinger's crime, and how that skinny preacher ran Whiskey River dry. And now all these years later, his congregation's going strong. But Uncle Bill says every brick was built on his homegrown. Yeah, the old blind preacher, he's gonna make us or break us. As the sun goes down on little Las Vegas. This is another tune off my CD, Darkside of the Mountain. There used to be it may still be there, I'm not sure. There's a coal mine up in Harlan County called Mary Helen. And some of my ancestors and people worked up there. But back a couple of years ago, my dad had to go be tested for black lung up in Pikeville. And we was sitting in the waiting room around a bunch of coal miners that was going there for the same reason. And I heard my dad talk to a guy next to him about the Mary Helen mine, and this song came to me. Leonard headed out for Vietnam. Heard Uncle Sam could use a few good men. And I stayed home with Mama, helping Daddy raise the garden and the kids. At 17, these flat feet, poor eyesight said I didn't have to go. I could have ran away to college, but I went searching for Mary Helen's gold. Preacher's daughter, he wanted the best for his only girl. And I knew I could never shower her with diamonds and pearls. So I made a vow to the Lord above, good and bad to have and to hold. Pair of silver rings, built our home on Mary Helen's gold. Spent a lifetime in the shadows, the mountains held the stars in my crown. Everyone's looking over the rainbow. We found our pot of gold there underground. Kept the country going strong. At 35, young men grew old, and some never lived to tell the tale. They died searching for Mary Helen's gold.
always pulling a lot of songs from stuff he tells me. One time he was driving me home from a gig late at night and told me this story about how back in the 70s he was going through a divorce, and he was driving up Cumberland Avenue here drinking. This is in the 70s. And about the time he got to the Yellow Creek School, the police blue lighted him, and he just floored it and let the police chase him around Middlesboro for a while. So when it finally came to a stop, I don't even think he went to jail because the cop knew him, but it's kind of a funny story. But the part that stuck out to me is he said when they got up there near Garmita, my cousin screamed to him, "You're never going to make this curve, you're going to kill both of us." And I thought, man, that's a perfect place for the song to start. So this one's called Middlesboro, 1974.
This curve, boy, you're gonna kill us both. I don't wanna be remembered by a cross on the road. I know you hold a grudge, son, and that deputy's a punk. That woman, she ain't worth it, so why'd you have to run? If she moves as good as she looks, I'd lose my marbles too. Didn't know I was sealing fate when I got in this car with you. You were always the quiet one, never knew you had this side. Never thought I'd be the passenger on your final ride. Candy cigarettes and Converse shoes, red trucker caps just trying to look cool. Bubba's Cola was all we could afford. 6th grade Miss Cooper's class, we laughed at Jimmy when he pooped his pants. Friend, I don't want to die over your girl. Middlesboro, 1974. Thank you. You'll never clear your holster. You're going out in a blaze. If I'm guilty by association, I guess it's time to pray. And if I make it out alive, should I ask her why? Would she laugh in my face, or would she hang her head and cry? Quick stop Saturday, Southern thrill ride, 12-pack, few snacks and crazy eyes. I never should have opened this old Impalador. Guns blazing, hammer down. Is that an old haggard sound? He just smiled as he pushed the pedal to the floor. Middlesboro, 1974.
Got to tell us about mountain issues and driving around into counties and the way it used to be back in the day, about coal miners, about people losing their jobs, about people's struggles for different reasons, and the struggles that we all have. But let me say that it's great hearing somebody that's representing the mountains and where he's come from and knows the struggle. And Brandon Fulson, this guy's gonna make it big. I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now and predict it. This guy's gonna be huge.
Well,
CMA Music Awards someday. I'm gonna be watching you get just some awards. You guys are great.
I appreciate that.
And I'm honored to be on the stage with you.
All right. Well, let's do a little Johnny Cash for him. Keeps a roll.
When I was just a baby, my mama said to me, "You always be a good boy, Jeff. Don't ever play with guns." But I shot a man in Middlesboro just to watch him die. Sometimes I hear that daggone coal train running, and I hang my head and cry.
There's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and they're smoking big cigars. Well, I knew I had come.
Oh, I can't be free.
Them people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. Wait again. If they freed me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine,
I'll tell you what I do now, take it and I'd make that baby mine. But I can't be free. Oh, I hear that coal train running, and that was tortures me.
let's hear it for Jeff Kender.
Awesome.
I'm going to do a couple more, and I want to thank Jamie again for having me, and Jeff and everybody here. We'll do you a couple more, and thanks again for having us. We'll do you no Grateful Dead tune.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna let you sing this one.
All right, that'll work. Let's do it.
I lit out from Reno, I was thrilled by 20 hounds. Didn't get to sleep that night till the morning came around. Set out running, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Ran into the devil, baby, loaned me 20 bills. Spent the night in Utah in a cave up in the hills. Said I'll run, but I'll take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Ran down to the levee, but the devil caught me there. Took my $20 bill and it vanished in the air. Said I'll run, but I'll take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I spend my life in jail. Got a wife in Chino, baby, and a one in Cherokee. First one says she got my child, but it don't look like me. Said out running, but I take my time. A friend to the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for letting me
Let's hear
carry
it for
on.
Jamie. But again, thanks to Jamie and Jeff, and y'all stick around. I'm going to do this one for Jeff. He asked about it earlier. It's on the new CD, Darkside of the Mountain. We're going to be doing a music video on this one pretty soon, so stick around for that. I actually talked my dad into doing it. He gets to kill me off in the video, so he's excited about it. It's called Zombie Town. Pick up the phone, no one to call. They're doing hillbilly heroin and alcohol. My friends all look like the living dead. They wouldn't weigh $1.05 soaking wet. The streets line up on every first. They come to fill their lungs and quench their thirst. Spend a little at the Save a Lot and the Dollar General, cause it's all they got. And there's nowhere to run when the sun is going down. Devil's on the loose and angels can't be found. Those Sunday morning church bells, they sure are lonesome sound as they ring. And the choir sings in a zombie town. Stacy's lips are ruby red. The poor little thing ain't got a tooth in her head. She was the 97 homecoming queen, but now she wears the crown up on 119. And there's nowhere to run when the sun is going down. Devil's on the loose and angels can't be found. Those Sunday morning church bells, they sure are lonesome sound as they ring. And the choir sings in a zombie town. Charlie's had a cough ever since July. He just had to have a piece of every pie. His SAT scores were the best, but now he borrows piss just to pass the test. And there's nowhere to run when the sun is going down. Devil's on the loose and angels can't be found. Those Sunday morning church bells, they sure are lonesome sound as they ring. And the choir sings in a zombie town.